Another big thing that went viral this week was I don't know if you guys saw this, was the chess streamer Nemo was at, I think it was actually like an anime convention in Vegas,
Oh, I did
playing
see
this,
this.
yes, playing a game of chess against this guy, and the guy just kind of runs out of time, loses because they're like, and also like the convention is closing, and he just kind of goes and berates her afterwards, all on stream, like talking about how she wasted his time and all that, and she's like all apologetic. Um, Off gave him like 3 months of like chess.com memberships, and she's like, well, it's such a like she was being super polite
She
and
was
friendly
nice
to
about
him,
it.
even though he was being a jerk. He walked off with her mic, came back, and then like told her to fuck off or something along those lines. And he was just like super rude about it. And then supposedly the day after, there he responded again on Twitter, talking with like a voice message with his cousin or something, talking about how he's still pissed off about the situation, how she was being extremely rude to him about it, and all this stuff. Is like, if you watch the video, the guy's just like the biggest jackass around, just being super rude to her, and her response was like so friendly, and just like just a whole all around total shit situation.
100%. 100%. I saw the initial video. I didn't see his response one, but I read about it. And it was pretty much just like, okay, you lost, you're upset. Those things happen. You feel like your time was wasted. Okay, you said some stupid shit. But then to come back the next day and double down was like,
Yeah.
just like, dude, no.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Boomer grounds, yeah, we back on the wave. Two boomers in the lobby still making plays. From the shop to the tavern, we don't behave. Talk meta, talk life, talk common, rank grade. Boomer grounds, turn it up, press play. Old school feel with the new school sway. Every week new heat, let it run, don't fade. If you came for the vibes, you in the right place. Yeah, welcome to the pop, pull a chair to the table. APM low, but the read still fatal. Boomer brain, but the line stay stable. Hit them with the level ups, label it a fable. Cue up, we discussing every patch, every tweak. Broken comps, bad beats, every high roll streak. From the goldens in the shop to the throws on a misplay. Clip it for the chat, that's a boomer kind of replay. Late night grind, but the jokes stay timeless. Talk real life, little tilt, little kindness. From the YouTube feed to the Twitch chat sounds. If you know, then you know this is Boomer Grounds.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Boomer Grounds. We're episode 51, but we actually did a count. It's actually technically episode 49, but we're not going to discuss that anymore. We've miscounted a few numbers got skipped along the way. But we have the return of Obo today, back from
Yay!
month-long absence, I think.
Month? No.
Yeah, probably about a month. Yeah,
Who's
probably
counting?
about a month long. Yeah, something like that.
All right.
But
Maybe.
anyways, we have the return of Obo today and a bunch of topics to discuss. But let's just get caught up on how everyone's doing. Howard, how has life been with you?
Pretty good. Just gaming and working. I have a vacation coming up, so I'm spending a lot of time getting ready for that. Not going anywhere. But I'm taking some time off around my birthday. But the big news I found out today was that a group of computer gaming nerds who are also somewhat political have created a game called Operation Epic Furious that you can look up online and play. And it basically is a Donald Trump simulator where you get choices like drink Diet Coke or invade Iran. Would you like to burn an Epstein file? And if you say yes, it tells you how many pages you still have left to burn. And it's like 31 million. And you can only burn them one at a time. I did play 5 minutes of this game. You get to talk to all the members of your cabinet. JD Vance stands next to a couch and just says, I love couches. And I did find a way to lose the game right away. If you walk into the hallway and talk to Melania Trump, you get two options. She asks you if you've finished burning the Epstein files, and you can either say, I'm working on it, or can't we just hold hands? If you select can't we just hold hands, the game over sign comes up because no one wants to hold hands with Donald Trump. So if you have not seen or heard of this, go look for it. Operation Epic Furious. It is stupid 8-bit political satire, and it is fabulous. So that's my big news. I discovered that today, and my wife is like, "Oh God, I wish he had never."
Can you
found
play it on
this."
your phone?
I don't. It's web based, so probably it literally is just browser based. So
No.
I mean, I tried to load it up and it just gave me a bunch of error messages. I'm like, doesn't want me to take a look at this.
I have no
Probably
idea
not
what the
allowed in
national.
Canada.
It might not be. They might have just. I don't know if you could do that websites. I know there's certain nations you can block and stuff like that. Maybe they just did it for the US. I have no idea, but I thought that was very funny.
It gave me some weird graphics error or something like, just like a bunch of like XML graphics error type.
Can Donald Trump order McDonald's on this game?
I haven't gotten that far into it yet. The first mission involves meeting Kid Rock on a helicopter, and I ended up talking to Melania first, and the game ended. So, but yeah. So, Obo, what's been new with you? We haven't seen you in forever.
Well, I mean, you guys know the reason for that.
Yeah.
So my dad passed away, so that's why I haven't been here. And thankfully not feeling like super sad and down right in this moment. So
That's
I'm
good.
gonna avoid crying. I have hard days and decent days. So yeah, I appreciate it. So he for those of you who didn't know, he had ALS, so we knew this was coming. It just I think came a lot quicker than we were expecting. He had surgery and didn't really come out of it too well. So but yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that he's not suffering anymore. He was really miserable, and ALS is a really cruel, nasty disease, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Honestly, not even Donald Trump. So it's really terrible. So, but anyway, that's been basically my life for the last few weeks. So spending time with my mom. She's only 10 minutes from me now. They moved, I guess, about a month and a half ago now, 10 minutes from us. So it's really nice to have her a lot closer. And her and I, she came over for Mother's Day on Sunday, and we all hung out with Matt's mom too, and no children, which was fantastic. It was the best Mother's Day ever to not have children around.
I heard there was some wine involved.
We drank a lot of wine. The empty bottles are still on my island.
Nice.
So, yeah, and I had a semi-bad hangover yesterday. So, but yeah, it was, it's been rough. I wouldn't say I had to celebrate my birthday, but I celebrated my birthday exactly a week after my dad passed. And we had planned people to come over because I wanted to be around my dad, and he couldn't really go anywhere. And people still came over, so I still had everybody come over. We changed the cake to kind of honor my dad. It was a Beatles theme, and it was fantastic. I don't know if Terry can steal the picture and throw it up for the pod, but he really liked the Beatles. So, and I turned 39, so we changed the song when I'm 64 to when I'm 39, and she put the Beatles album art on it, everything. It was really great. So anyway, that's been that. I don't really have anything exciting
I'll quickly
to share.
show the photo. Not working. Just throw it onto the screen, but it's not working.
Well, it's okay. But
it'll work.
I wish I could think of something exciting. Matt's going to Germany in like a week. He leaves Friday.
Work?
For work. And I wish I could go with him. But that tosses my name, but it's okay. Most people know my name anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna be really lonely.
How long is he going for?
8 days. So
8 days of peace and quiet for Obo. Will we get an Obo stream?
Yes, the kids though.
Yeah, maybe I'll stream next week.
Nice.
I'm going to see my cousin on Monday, and I'm getting a tattoo. So, she's a tattoo artist. So that's exciting, I guess.
Cool. What are you getting, or is it going to be a surprise? Yeah.
Well, I've been talking to her because I wanted to get something for my dad, and he really liked lions. Like, I know he really likes the Detroit Lions, but he also liked just lions in general. Ever since I was a kid, so I was looking up some designs, and she does some really cool ones of bigger like cats, like cheetahs and lions and stuff. And I was thinking the winged lion might be nice. Um, so I don't know. I'll show you guys some pictures, but probably do it on my other calf. Hopefully, it won't take up my whole calf like my other one does, and it'll take really long time, and it'll be really painful. but but anyway, so that's my update. Terry, what's going on with you?
I was playing a lot of Magic the last few weeks. Did that new account to Mythic, and it only took me 10 days. So
Wow.
yeah, I thought it'd take me about a month.
Yeah, you gave yourself 30 days to do that.
Yeah, it took me 10 days to get yeah, I thought it was gonna take me a lot longer, but it just worked out really well. And yeah, completely in 10 days. I'm like, shit, what the hell am I supposed to do for the rest of the month? Because that was my plan for streaming for like the whole month. I was like, oh, yeah, now I got to. So I actually played stream some BGs today because I didn't know what to do. It was okay. Like, game's still kind of fun. It doesn't scratch the same itch that Magic does right now, though. But so I don't really know what I'm going to do going forward. I don't want to put any more money into Magic. Although there's another tournament for boxes that's coming up this weekend. No, the value is horrible on these ones. Essentially, it's the same entry cost, but the prize for the boxes is worth like half of what it was last week. So I'm like, shit. Okay, well, there's no reason for me to spend a bunch of money playing this one. Yeah, because like if you go 7-1 this one, you win 2 play boxes, and the 2 play boxes are only worth like $250. It's still the same $30 entry fee. I'm like, hey, screw that. It's just not worth it to play. So I don't know. The monthly tournament for the Magic qualifier is this weekend as well. Starts at 6 a.m. again. I'm like, fuck. 6 a.m. for
Wait, is that something you can do at your computer? You do it on your computer, right?
Yeah, I do it like yeah.
Okay, you don't have to like go in person and play or something.
No. It's online. The registration starts at between 6 and 8 a.m. I'm just like, oh god, why would I be awake? Just because they're trying to make the time okay for like Europe as well and stuff. So 6 a.m. Pacific is an okay time.
Just don't go to bed. You've done that before.
Yeah, but then I'm going to have to try to play like eight or 9 rounds of competitive Magic while being tired. I'd rather just like set my alarm to wake up at like 4, like last month, and try to be semi awake by the time the event starts. But like I punted a bunch of games last month too, because I was still like not fully awake, which was pretty shitty. But it is what it is. Let's talk topics for the week. First thing was Twitch.
How about we give Howard some WD-40 for his chair? Holy shit!
Oh, why? You guys can hear that?
Yeah.
The whole world can hear it.
Yeah.
I can't. I can barely hear it through my noise canceling headphones, and you guys can hear that?
Yeah, we heard that. Yeah.
Oh, I'll get some WD-40 this week then. All right, and I will sit very still the rest of the pod. Here, I'm just gonna sit like this the entire time.
Twitch announced they're going
to
introduce viewership caps for streamers that get caught viewbotting. I mean,
I'm sorry.
That's it. We lost Obo already.
Almost done. Almost done.
Terry's chat has pointed out it might not be my chair. It might just be my joints.
Oh God! All right. Okay.
Twitch introduced viewership caps for streamers caught viewbotting. I think this is just going to be like just bullshit, like all the other stuff. They're never going to cap any of their big streamers. I think. This is supposed to be Twitch's big response to me. No, because it makes them too much money. Like viewbotting is just part of it. Like if they could catch the actual viewbot, why won't they just like ban the person or suspend them as opposed to capping their viewership? I don't think they can do much for actively catching the viewbotters is the problem.
I'll disagree with Terry here. I think Twitch is going to take a very hard line on this, and we've seen this before, right? When they've suspended people for a lifetime and then reinstated them after 4 or 5 days. So Twitch has a strong track record of being consistent and hard line. So yeah, he's absolutely right. They're not going to do shit. This is a lipstick on a pig moment to keep the people who are buying ad time happy. That's what it is. Because that, and we've had this conversation before, right? Twitch needs ad revenue. Ad revenue, how they generate it is saying we have millions of people watching us. If it comes out tomorrow that half of those numbers are bots and aren't real people, then the viewership isn't what it says it's going to be, and the sponsorship money goes down because the sponsors aren't going to pay for commercial time showing bots. So this is Twitch saying, no, we take this seriously, and we're going to take steps to limit it so that our advertisers know that they're getting real value. It is lipstick on a pig. It's not real. It's not going to change anything. It's certainly not going to limit botting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it just seems like it's just lip service, so like it seems like they're doing something, but in reality, it's not actually going to happen. Well, we'll see when the first round of people that actually get view botted. Also, I don't think these are actually going to be publicly announced, which is bad as well. At least if they're going to out people, they should at least out people and not just like keep it in the background. But that's bad.
Yeah, they didn't that say that in like the announcement. Like, we're not going to advertise who is getting caught doing it, which means basically nobody's going to find out anything, so they won't find out if they're not doing it, right?
I mean, the viewers that watch the channel should be able to see, like, all of a sudden say, like, Extra Emily, who got caught view buying last week, who normally averages, like, 2,000, 3,000 people, has, like, a 250 person cap on for, like, her whole stream. It'll stand out pretty obviously that something happened. But no public admission of it is big, right? You could just assume that's what happened, when you look at the numbers.
And that's intentional, so they don't have to answer questions for why they censor one person and not another.
Yeah.
You go after Pirate Software, and he averages 5,000 viewers at any given moment, but you don't touch someone like Co-Carnage, who averages like 5,000 viewers at any given moment. Then you don't have to explain yourself because you don't have to tell them who you're going after. So this is another way. This is a lack of transparency designed to cover their ass because they're not really doing anything with this change.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just going to be just lip service. So
it is.
So immediately after, the Kick CEO blasted out on Twitter that essentially this is all crap. That none of that. Pretty much what we were saying is that there's no chance they're going to ban famous streamers and all that sort of stuff. What he did say is that Kick, instead of doing this, is just going to kill discoverability of people caught viewbotting, which I don't necessarily know if Kick is actually going to do the same. Although they don't get the same ad revenue that Twitch does, so maybe they have some interest in doing it. But that was his response: is that they're going to try to destroy discoverability, which probably just means like they won't appear on the front page, they won't appear on people's side panels, blah blah blah. I mean, this response at least seems like it might have a chance of some legitimacy of their plan. I don't necessarily know if it's actually going to happen. At least the Kick plan seems a little more legitimate than what Twitch is coming out with.
It does. Whether or not it's effective, we'll have to see. But I mean, there's no benefit to eliminating the bots from a marketing perspective. There just isn't. So I don't really see Kick or Twitch taking any real stand here.
Next topic is some of the records for like longest subathon and longest highest subscriber count came out. The longest subathon is held by Emily CC still at 1,639 days and still ongoing. So she's essentially streamed her life for 5 straight years.
5 years.
Second is Sweaty Pedals.
Wait, is there like a break in her stream, or has her stream just been going for that long?
I think it just keeps going.
I think she's been 24/7.
Yeah, she's been. I think pretty sure she's been 24/7 for the last 5 years. Second is someone named Sweaty Pedals. I never heard of. 1,228 days, still going. Third is Beard Hub at 1,131, still ongoing. And fourth is someone named Bashers HD. I have a big drop off at 621 days, still ongoing. And those are really long. Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
So what? Do people watch them sleep too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like imagine if you just curled up on your couch right behind you, or you pull out bed that's right behind you, and just slept there.
That doesn't seem
normal.
I don't know. Yeah.
They also put out subscriber records. Obviously, first is Kai Cenat during Mafiathon 3 over 1,068,000. Second being Kai as well during Mafiathon 2, I think, 728,000, and then third was Iron Mouse at 326,000. Then fourth was also Kai. I assume this is the original Mafiathon, 300,000. I mean, those numbers are pretty large. Pretty large. Next up was we have the new most followed streamer on Twitch. Is no longer XQC. I think it's XQC who it was. He was number one for like a very it's Ninja for a long time. And both Kai and Ibai is the one I mentioned to you, I think it was last week, the Spanish streamer that no one knew about, or none of us know about. It was like one
very
of the
recent
streamers.
Addition to the Twitch major lineup.
No, I think he's been around for a while, but because he's Spanish, we have no idea who he is. We don't know him at all because it doesn't get advertised to us or anything. Ibai is at 19.84 million, and number one is Kai at 19.85 million. Number three being Ninja, who had the record for the longest time, is at 19.26 million, and the ones after him fall off for like a few million less. Queso is on the top 20 list.
Saw that. Love me some Queso.
My son loves him so much.
Jinxie, Tim the Tatman, and
there weren't any shocks in the top 20.
Yeah, no one super fall. Another big thing that went viral this week was I don't know if you guys saw this, was the chess streamer Nemo was at, I think it was actually like an anime convention in Vegas.
I did see this.
Yes, play a game of chess against this guy, and the guy just kind of runs out of time, loses because they're like, and also like the convention is closing, and he just kind of goes and berates her afterwards, all on stream, like talking about how she wasted his time and all that, and she's like all apologetic. Gave him like 3 months of like chess.com memberships, and she's like, well, it's such a like, she was being super polite and friendly nice to him, even though he was being a jerk. Like, he walked off with her mic, came back, and then like told her to fuck off or something along those lines. And he was just like super rude about it. And then supposedly the day after, he responded again on Twitter, talking with like a voice message with his cousin or something, talking about how he's still pissed off about the situation, how she was being extremely rude to him about it, and all this stuff. It was like it got so bad that like Moist Critical even put out like a whole video about it, and was talking about it. It was like, if you watch the video, the guy's just like the biggest jackass around, just being super rude to her, and her response was like so friendly, and just like just a whole all around total shit situation.
100%. I saw the initial video. I didn't see his response one, but I read about it, and it was pretty much just like, okay, you lost, you're upset, those things happen, you feel like your time was wasted. Okay, you said some stupid shit, but then to come back the next day and double down was like, just like, dude, no. If I could take us a step back, one of from that previous item, the top list, there was one category in there that I expected to see on that list and wasn't, which is consecutive days streamed.
Oh,
And that's only that's important to me just because the current leader in that is Thorlar. He is at 3,400 consecutive days. He has streamed every day for 3,400 days because he's been on a quest to do 10 straight years. So he's closing in on the goal of 3,650 straight days streaming. He has streamed when he has traveled. He has streamed when he is home. He is every single day. This guy is online, and his stream is really very entertaining. So, less than a year he'll hit his goal, and now he's starting to wonder what happens when he hits the 10-year mark. Does he take a day off or what? So
no, you go, obviously go for 20. Go for 20.
Yeah, go for 20. He has talked about just keeping going until he can't keep going anymore. So. But yeah, I just wanted to. But yeah, that guy was a douche. I mean, it sucks.
I don't know any of these people.
That's you know, it's not a bad thing that you don't know douchebags. That's probably a positive thing in your life, Obo.
Yeah. So I think Nemo was there to play some Magic event during MagicCon, and also went to the anime convention as I happened to be at. Happened to be at going on at the same time or something. So I saw she was posting about MagicCon, which was also last weekend as well. Was it last weekend? Yeah, last weekend as well. And the reactions for it are really just like insane. Like, I don't know how this guy got his opinion and how he's just so justifies it to himself that that you know, that she was wasting his time and all this, because like he lined up to go play her. Like, you should understand, you know she's streaming, she's going on, and to get so infuriated about it just because he lost on time, that it's just insane. That was probably like the biggest art thing that actually happened on the internet in the last week or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw it in a couple different places.
Yeah. Last thing is, like, I know this is probably actually from like a few weeks ago. Twitch updated their acceptable bits use policy. It's probably from like the actual update was probably like 2 weeks ago. I wasn't really thinking much about it until recently. Essentially, you can't be people can't be giving you bits for things that happen off stream, such as merch and stuff. And if they do, Twitch just like takes all the bits, which, yeah, it's really stupid. So I was thinking about it more over like the last week. Like, so you can't essentially give bits to like a streamer to get like a movie night or like get them to send you a shirt or something. That's not follows the acceptable guideline for the bits. But like, isn't this just like straight up theft? I understand if they want to take like a small percentage fee for the violation, but they literally take all the bits that person donated for it. So like, if I donated like $100 in bits to you, and you're supposed to like, send me a merch pack or send me like a signed shirt or something, and Twitch deems that unacceptable, they just take all $100 worth of bits. Doesn't it just feel like straight up theft?
Why is that even a violation? I don't understand. Why do they care?
Because I don't know, they want the bits to be used for things that actually happen on stream. It's in their like terms of service, or it's now in their terms of service.
And how are they going to police this?
I don't know, from the stream redemption or what, checking the stream for any large donations or whatever. Have someone check it.
That would be it. That would be the only way to really police it, is to look at the redemption options for bits and see if you have something that doesn't, or if somebody reports it. That would be it. Yeah. My first reaction to this was very simply like, the streamers who are big enough to sell merch usually don't accept bits for their merch anyway. They have merch stores separate from their stream that they advertise in stream. So I didn't really see a lot of this becoming something like an issue, you know. Um, but I was just kind of like, all right, what preempts this? What causes this? What you still have a problem with bots and convincing that your advertisers that half your people watching Twitch aren't bots, and you're really going to crack down on this? This is what you're going to focus your energy on? It just
Get
seemed
some
really
more money,
stupid to me.
Howard. You get some more money.
I mean,
More
it's
money.
probably more for things like subathons and stuff, where people
Right.
would be doing the bits and stuff, like, people would, like, top bit donator gets XXX or something. All right, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
That makes
But,
sense. That makes sense.
But, like, taking all of it seems fucking ridiculous.
It does.
Like, if
It
they want
does.
to charge like a 5% fee and they refund the bits to the person or something, that can at least be accepted, like 5%, 10% fee. But then instead they're just like, no, we're just taking it all. I was like, I was listening to like a podcast or something, they were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, this feels just like straight up theft. Just straight up
Well,
stealing that money from them.
also, so like, let's say it is for something off stream, then obviously that streamer's out the money for whatever they were going to do off stream. But then the person that gave them the bits essentially paid the money for said thing. Are they
Yeah.
going to not get the thing now? Like let's say it is, for example, a merch item.
Yeah.
Now that person that paid the bits is the one who's getting punished, not the streamer.
Yeah.
Right?
They're stealing from the person that, or stealing technically from both, right? Because the person that gave the bits is essentially out the money that they used to spend on the bits, and the streamer.
But the streamer's
gets
just out the
of it.
money that would have been in their pocket.
Yeah.
The person who paid the bits is actually out the money.
Yeah.
It came out of their pocket. Like, that's where it came from.
Yeah.
In my opinion, what they should do is refund that person that money. And if they really want to just straight up take the money, they should be taking it from the streamer's revenue, not taking it from the person who donated it. But that's
they should just refund the bits and then take a chunk off for like a illegal, unacceptable use fee or something, as you see with like restocking fees at like stores, they charge you for the hassle of having to deal with it.
A person that donates bits for something, let's say maybe that person doesn't even know that that's a term or like a violation, right? Like, what if they're just trying to support this streamer in whatever way that they want to and thinking they're doing something right, and then that streamer had that set up that way incorrect, where they're not supposed to be. So I don't know. I guess what I'm getting at is it seems like an innocent person could be punished here with not knowing what the deal, like what the rule is.
Right. So the streamer is responsible for knowing the rule, but what happens when a viewer who just wants to give the bits and sees a cool redeem is just trying to support the streamer? All of a sudden now they lose out on their bits that just go right into Twitch's pocket. It does.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah, I think that the whole situation seems bad. Like once someone actually gets hit with this, they're just gonna be pissed at the platform in general. And they'll find like other ways to support the streamer that doesn't involve Twitch, I think. And this change in policy just seems horrendous in my mind. Like, I can't imagine them actually punishing someone like this. Just really bad. Let's see what else we
I think
have
that's really sus and dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid. Like, just take a fee, take a small percentage of it, and give the bits back to the person. Right? It seems like what a normal company would do, as opposed to just like seizing all of it. Right. Especially if the person didn't know. If he doesn't know, then taking all of it is like they could just send an email when they send back the refund, and we're like, oh, these bits are being refunded to you because they broke the terms of the bit usage. And they have a link to it. We took a 10% fee because it was a violation for the processing of the refund, blah blah blah, all that sort of crap, and then just give the money back to that person, and then they can do with it whatever they want, as opposed to them just being like straight up out, the X amount of dollars. Yeah. That's pretty much all the news that has happened this week on the internet, at least about streaming and Twitch in general. Very Twitch oriented this week. I have some Am I the Asshole saved up from, the last time I looked at them. I just put them into the put them into the page.
Twist her arm.
Yeah. So this is the Am I Asshole. Am I the asshole for asking my wife to not always have Twitch streamers on in the background? We're both women, if that matters. See, this is why Howard's the angry lesbian, because he's right. His wife. Howard's the one that submitted this.
We're both, angry glasses wearing lesbian.
It's not glasses wearing.
With a squeaky chair.
We're both women, if that matters. We have a home office with lots of screens where we do our PC gaming. Between our setups, the TV with an Xbox hooked up all day starting at 6 in the morning. My wife will have Twitch streamers playing on that TV. I don't really like the people she watches, but that's not the point. She very much has parasocial relationships with these people, often using their nicknames to tell me their opinions as if she's sharing something her friend/coworker told her. With them always on, I feel like I'm competing for her attention to even have a simple conversation about how our days went after work. Sometimes when I start trying to talk over them, she makes a big show of grabbing the remote and muting the TV, then waiting for me to finish with the remote in hand to unmute when I'm done. Sometimes she loses interest and will unmute while I'm still talking. Well, that's rude. We've lived together just shy of 3 years, and it's been like this nearly the entire time. This morning I told her all of this, and she turned off the TV/Xbox and seemed upset. To her, Twitch is just background noise. To me, it's a third person taking over my conversations with my wife. We almost never interact with some sort of screen on. I make us a nice dinner every night. It's my passion, but we always watch something with dinner. I have to drag her out of the house on weekends to go for a walk around the neighborhood just so I could talk to her without any digital distractions. Usually this isn't more than 30 to 60 minutes per week. Additionally, so many vacations have been cut short by a few days so she could run home and play video games with the Twitch streamers on in the background. I guess I'm asking because I made her upset when I talked to her about it this morning. Now that I take this up, I don't think I'm the asshole. What do you think?
Not the asshole.
Yeah, I definitely don't think she's the asshole here.
The problem here isn't Twitch or what she wants to watch. The problem is a communication issue between two people in a relationship.
Yeah.
If it ain't Twitch causing it, it's going to be something else. So this is something. This is a relationship issue, not a Twitch issue. Twitch is just the vehicle by which it's coming to the surface.
Yeah, I mean, if they were just like watching something else that wasn't Twitch, that was a little more calming to both of them, I'm sure this wouldn't be an issue at all. I think the fact that it's Twitch and that she has this parasocial relationship with the streamers makes it exacerbates the problem. Because if it was just like Muzak or something in the background instead of it being a Twitch person that they feel like they're actual friends with or involved with, then it wouldn't be as bad.
I agree.
I think her spouse has a disrespect issue too for her. I don't know, she mentions like dramatically muting the TV when she's talking, as if acting like her spouse talking to her is a nuisance or a something that's keeping her from hearing the stream. Like, I don't know. There's not much that should come before your spouse, especially not Twitch. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Terry.
No, I was gonna say, like, I think muting the TV when the spouse starts talking is relatively normal because you don't want the distraction of the background noise on. The fact that she will occasionally unmute in the middle of her talking was the part that really got me.
Well, like, that and also just like they mentioned, like dramatically pausing it as if it's an issue that her spouse is talking to her. Like, OMG, I gotta, like, ugh, you're talking to me. Like, guess I'll Guess I'll mute the TV.
I mean, I think it'd be worse if she didn't mute the TV and was just like not pay attention to the conversation.
It's in the way that she mutes the TV
Yeah,
though. Like if she was like, wait a second, let me mute the TV. I'm really interested in what you have to say versus, like I don't know. So,
lately, I mentioned this last week, I've started listening to the audiobooks for the Dungeon Crawler Carl series because a friend of mine got me into them. I'm 3 books into the series now. And sometimes I'll get in the car at the end of the day with my wife and she'll be like, so what did you do today at work? And I'll be like, oh, work was boring, but let me tell you what happened in the book. And the eyes recede into the back of her skull. I'm pretty sure her soul leaves her body for a brief period of time, but she still sits there and listens. And because she knows it's something that's interesting to me. And once in a great while, she'll chuckle at it. But for 5 minutes, she humors me with it. And that's the communication. So I also recognize that. She doesn't sit there and go, hold on, let me mute this and hear about your stupid ass book. She doesn't do that. But she does give me 5 minutes to if I want to chat about my books and stuff like that. So, this is a communication issue. This is a communication issue. Twitch isn't the problem. The problem is how you and your spouse communicate. So go get yourself a good therapist. Maybe there's one on Twitch you can watch together. I don't know. That's probably cheaper. Do therapists actually stream? Because that would be a really great. That would solve 2 problems at once.
I don't think that I technically would be allowed to because patient.
Oh yeah, oh god.
Yeah, I'm like
the complaints part of me is screaming.
That'd be an idea though. Like, as a therapist, are you allowed to be a streamer and like give people on stream real life advice?
Yeah, with their consent, they could. Yeah, but you got to worry about HIPAA and confidentiality.
Yeah.
So you couldn't just stream a session. You would have to have people come in with waive. I have to get people to sign off when I stream D&D. So I can't imagine what you would have to do to get the therapist to do it. But yeah, apparently it does exist.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's just like, being on those, Dr. Phil or whatever on TV. You just got to fill out a bunch of forms before you can actually get onto the show and talk about your life, and he could give you advice and all that stuff.
I'm old enough to remember Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla, where people would call MTV at 2:00 in the morning to talk about their STDs.
I think that's a little bit different.
A little different, but it's in the same general category. The point is, you are not the asshole, and it is not Twitch's fault.
Yeah, it's definitely not a Twitch problem. It's definitely like a relationship problem more than a Twitch problem. Let's see. I got one more here. I have no recollection of what these were. Okay.
He's been saving them. That's why.
I know. I looked around once and then, we just never got to them all. Am I the asshole for not telling my brother the truth about his followers on Twitch? I, 18 female, have a dilemma. I've been trying to support my brother in his journey on Twitch, considering it is one of his favorite pastimes. He is very consistent and always shouts out his new followers, even the bots. He has really been struggling with his health lately, and I don't want to go into it, but has been unable to work. He's really a workaholic, so now he's putting his full-time energy into streaming. And it hurts because if he's not talking to me, he's talking to his friends who also want to stream, so I made a fake account. I've been active on the account every day, always joining his streams, always typing in the chat, even going so as far as to chat back and forth with myself. He has no suspicion at all that it's me and loves this fake persona I made. The issue is that now he wants to play games with the fake persona I created, and I keep lying in the chat saying I don't play the games he plays. I really don't know if I should tell him that's me, because I don't want him to be crushed and think nobody is watching him again. His stream barely averages 3 viewers. I just want him to be able to follow his heart.
Welcome to the find out stage.
This was your question was, am I the asshole for what?
Not telling my brother the truth about his followers on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Well, I would say you kind of crossed that line before that point, but instead of just like encouraging growth and like talking to people, you decided to create a fake account. I think that's probably where you went wrong on that one. And now the genie can't go back into the bottle. So I think at this point you don't have much of a choice other than to fake your fake. You have to fake the fake user's death so that you can get out of this, because there is no other way. I mean, yeah, you're just gonna have to have a funeral for this fake persona and just move on.
I mean, I think her intentions were good.
To go to the funeral.
No funeral. Families decided no memorial whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
I think her intentions were good at the start, trying to help her, but it just ended up getting a little too deep into the rabbit hole of it, and just got sucked into the whirlwind of, not having very many viewers and being like, your brother's lifeline of having an active chatter.
I've never been a person that's been, maybe I'm just because maybe it's because I never looked at Twitch as like my gateway to stardom, but I've never been that worried about viewer count. I talked about this on my stream this week. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking to my oldest nephew who is studying business management to go into esports. He wants to go into esports. And he was like, how's your stream doing? And I'm like, not that fantastic. I get about average of 5 to 10 viewers at any given moment. And he's like, Uncle B, that puts you in like the top 10% of Twitch streamers, because most people like average less than 3 streamers per any time. And I was like, no. So my 5.9 average streamers on my Saturday is pretty good. He's like, yeah, that actually is pretty solid. So I've never really understood the whole numbers thing. Do I get excited when Terry raids me and my number doubles? Fuck yeah, I get excited. Do I get excited when new followers come in? Of course I do. But I've never once run out of this room and gone, Christy, I got to 26 viewers today. I've never done that. But there's a lot of people who apparently do. So she felt like she needed to do this and create a new follower / pair of eyeballs. I don't know. I don't see a good way out of it at this point. I mean, you either got to own it or you got to kill off the persona.
Yeah. I mean, when the
persona needs to become a monk.
Yeah.
The persona needs to move. Join the military, something.
I remember like back when starting streaming, like when there's no one there for like days on time.
Yeah.
It can be quite disheartening.
That can be soul crushing. Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's what she's trying to do, because she said her brother was going through some health problems, blah, 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 She didn't want the experience to be bad. But yeah, it's one of the reasons I try to always like find new streamers to raid and help and all that. Because I definitely remember how hard it was like during COVID, and like you're there with like 0 people for like hours and hours and hours, and you're just kind of mumbling to yourself like a crazy person. It's just not that fun, right? So you kind of want people to at least, see the positive sides of it.
I can understand that too, but at the same time, making a fake persona is not your best move. Not what I would recommend.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that was the right thing. I think she's a bit of an asshole for how it ended up being, and not like nipping it in the bud earlier. But I think her intentions were good in the generalities of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the 2 Am I the Assholes that I had saved up for Obo. I know they weren't as juicy as you had hoped, but
they're always entertaining.
Yeah, I try to find things that are at least relate to gaming of sorts. And,
one of these days, you need to throw me a fastball with one and not have it be about gaming. There's some pretty juicy ones that don't have to do with gaming out there.
Yeah.
I think those would be really entertaining. Just saying.
I mean, you're more than welcome to pick out your favorite to bring to us.
You said you wanted it about gaming, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring up something that's not about gaming, you're more than welcome to. I the ones I choose are going to be about gaming, because I think it's trying to stay on brand. But when we get all on green here, we're about to talk some football, and we'll try to schedule on a week you're not here, because you're probably get bored about all the football talk.
No, I you know what? I am keeping my NFL Sunday ticket.
Are you? Nice.
Yeah. And I'm going to be watching games, and I need you to help me stay informed. So,
all right. we'll always have the football league.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obo, if you
How
ever want to
about,
show
how
up
about
on,
what?
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to change the subject. So if you're going to say something about
I was just
football,
gonna say, if you want to come to the preseason episodes of the Fig Nuts Football Podcast, we'll have you on as a special guest. We've had Terry once, and we'll have you on during our preseason episodes. You can ask the questions that people would normally
I don't
ask.
think your friends are going to want a football illiterate girl on their podcast.
Or did you just
Just
call my
saying.
podcast sexist? Did you just tell me my
No,
podcast
that's
is
not what
sexist?
I'm saying. Like,
Okay, good, because I was the one who said that.
Obviously,
I mean,
you
I'm
have to have a
sure.
lesbian
I'm sure
on the
they would
crowd. How
rather
could you
have a
sexist?
girl that's football illiterate than a guy that's football illiterate. But I'm just
Oh,
saying, like,
you could fake it, you could pull it off anyway. But no, but
Maybe.
we like all sorts of different opinions on our show. So yeah, if you want
Okay,
to, once we
well.
get to August, you're welcome on the show.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, how about them Thunder?
Oh,
If you guys have been
Now
playing
this is
any
where
attention to
I
to the
fade into the
NBA.
background.
yeah. I mean, OKC is crushing. They're like a big favorite
Yeah.
going into the playoffs, and they're continuing it. What makes
So-
you a Thunder fan?
Well, I used to watch the Seattle Supersonics with my dad,
Oh, okay,
and my dad took me to quite a few games because he used to travel to Seattle for work when I was a
Oh,
kid. So I got to see. I remember a Lakers game and a Clippers game. I feel like there was one other one, but yeah, it was. So I know I've showed you that Seattle Supersonic shirt that I have. That was my dad's.
Mhm.
I have two jackets. I have one like heavier coat and then like a windbreaker that are Seattle Supersonics. And I have some other like memorabilia or whatever, but these coats are way too big for me. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I guess they just sit in my closet. I thought about like, are they actually worth money? Should I sell them?
Some of them might be.
I don't know.
If-
They're in really
if it's
good
like
condition.
If they're like the starter style jackets from like the 90s or whatever. The
Yeah,
football
they
ones
are
are
like
worth-
they're the like the green, white, and maroon colored ones with like the Space Needle and the basketball.
No, but like, there's a certain style of jacket that was popular in the 90s that are worth like a bunch now because
the starters.
the starter jackets that are people that are older now and have money want the nostalgia of those type of
Starter
jackets.
jacket. What it?
Yeah. Starter was a
wait.
company that made it.
Yep.
Oh, I'd have to go look.
There was
I'll go look now.
there was a specific style that they made that was extremely popular and collectors look for now.
Yeah. So they're the surface will be kind of glossy in like a almost plasticky kind of way.
Oh, they're not glossy.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think there are probably other versions of it, but yeah, the ones I remember were kind of have like a glossy exterior to them.
Mhm.
All right.
But
well,
I think
I
I'm
guess
like
I'll
sure a
take a
lot
look.
of that stuff is still pretty popular if they're of that era
Yeah.
or of that.
Well, I have like still have one of the things from one of the games that we went to, and like it was back whenever like Gary Payton was on the team, and
Nice.
I loved him. Loved Gary Payton. So anyway, yeah, I've been following the Thunder. I didn't watch the game last night because it was like at 9:30 my time, and I'm like, can't stay up that late. But they swept the Lakers, so now they get to go on again. It'll be exciting.
Should be a good playoffs for the Thunder. Chance to go back to back.
Yeah, for sure. So
Gotta get by the Knicks.
They're on the other side though.
I know, but I still gotta get by the Knicks to get to that championship. The Knicks suddenly look like they know what they're doing. So, and
Do
that comes
they?
from a guy who has no idea.
Yeah.
They had an easy road. They had got the Sixers in the second round, and they weren't supposed to have to play the Sixers. The Sixers upset somebody to get there, so
Yeah.
they're sitting on. They've been sitting for like 4 days resting to find out who they're playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. But I say that I have no clue. I lived close to New York, so all I hear about is the freaking Knicks.
You'll probably also hear a lot about the Mets, who are obviously doing terrible.
I don't hear much about the Mets at all these days for some reason. I'm not sure why that is, but they don't seem to spend a lot of time on the news broadcast talking about the Mets. So
I thought they'd be complaining about them because they've been having such a horrible season because they have all these injuries.
We've had 40 years of complaining. We're good. We're good. It's been a long time since the Mets. I told you guys this before. I have friends who are like, this is year. I'm like, no. Hope is the curse that you give yourself. There is no hope for this team. Just accept your life, accept your fate.
You missed it, Obo. A few weeks ago, I found there was a story about how tickets to the Mets were cheaper than a Crunchwrap Supreme at Taco Bell.
What?
The tickets for the Mets game were $5 each, and a Crunchwrap Supreme in New York was like $6.29 or something. Yep. I mentioned it to Howard. He's like, "Oh, I might go. It's in New York." He's a big Mets
game fan. Against the Nationals were selling on secondary markets for under $6 a ticket.
Wow.
It's that bad.
Cardinals tickets, I think, are pretty cheap now too. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you pay more for the parking than you do for the ticket. So
yeah,
I take the train and same thing. I take the train in when I go to a game anymore. I don't drive into New York City unless I absolutely have to.
I can imagine that driving in New York City is like 10 times worse than driving downtown St. Louis.
And it's not like Manhattan. Queens is an outer borough. So it's not quite as bad, but it still sucks. And the parking is so expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Taylor Swift was here, the parking was like $200 to park.
Are you kidding
me? No, it was over $100. I remember it was over $100 for parking at the Taylor Swift concert. I was like, God damn it! Okay.
Terry's outside with a little vest on, saying "Parking."
I'm sorry,
here,
I'm just
$20.
You're not boring, I promise.
It's okay. Almost like she's about to fall asleep because it sounds like she's getting a. She said she's getting a little.
I drank some sleepy tea, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was lavender chamomile tea. It was lavender chamomile
with a little, little extra.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching the podcast. I think this is theoretically episode 51 on the official count, not the actual count. The actual count should be 49, but we won't talk about that. We missed numbers because there's a bunch that didn't get numbers, so a number got skipped here and there.
Why did you skip numbers?
Because the title got too long. To have it in the title, the title is already 200 characters long. Adding 25 more for numbers didn't seem very relevant.
My goodness.
There's only so many times
to keep count.
No, well, I was supposed to be able to count when I decided to have a shorter title and put it in the title, but it didn't work so well. Okay, I missed a number. Counting is hard. Okay, not all of us know our 1, 2, 3s. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. Our theoretical 1-year anniversary coming up. In a week or two. We'll figure it out
soon. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. We'll figure it out. Thanks everyone for watching again. Leave a comment, thumbs up, subscribe, blah, 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 all the things. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.